Hello, everybody. Nice. Okay. Well, so you know the saying, everything that can go wrong will go wrong. This is kind of that moment. Every single thing that I've been trying to do today has just been ever so slightly broken, and it's been very annoying. It's been very annoying. It's been me having to fix all of my Streamlabs scenes 2 minutes before stream starts. Apparently my camera is broken again, so I gotta fix that. My Minecraft always opens to a square aspect ratio now. Very weird. My computer, where are we at on temperature-wise here? It was getting a little bit hot and toasty for a little bit there. I had to re-sign into everything. I had to sign back into Twitch on Opera GX, on Brave, and on Streamlabs. And on my iPad, so I didn't have access to my little buttons to change scenes. Everything just was broken. Which is really nice, I've gotta say. Really appreciate it. Let's see if this will work. I'm gonna try to fix the camera here now. It's just been everything not working, as well as the bots. Like, they're kind of being a little bit goofy. Usually they're talking by now. Stream Elements would typically say something like, insert username here has went live, and then it would say, you know, what I'm doing and all the notification stuff. It didn't ever do that for the stream, so I don't know what's going on there. But it's gone, so there's that. Let's see, my camera should be working now. There we go. All right. And then you know, it appears they're working now. Like, they'll at least respond to you. It just doesn't look like they're gonna actually, you know, put anything in chat for a little bit. So I don't know. Congrats on getting first, Bionics. Hello, Unreal. Hello, Derek. Hello, Bionics. How's it going, guys? Welcome on in. We're gonna be playing some Minecraft today. I've been doing a lot with the replay mod. This is stuff that I haven't touched yet, but soon. Soon I will. I have just went through all the old replay mod footage from last year, and I think I've gotten it all rendered out, and it's all been, you know, sorted and taken care of, so I'm starting to kind of compile a video there. I want to kind of do a King SMP recap for 2024, and then we'll do a monthly recap with replay mod footage and all that for this year. We'll just do it monthly, that way it's not as much work at the end of the year for me. But I need to kind of, you know, get everything all together and caught up. And I'm going to try to include event footage if I can. We'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I've had a busy couple of days. Past 2 days have been very interesting. I've been here working on this. Also, did Discord crash? No, it's just on the wrong screen. Okay, let me move that over. That way I can kind of see my DMs and all that. If somebody shoots me a message, I can kind of look over there. Jeez. Anyway, oh yes, I know one thing I need to do. Close out that, and I can close this, and that should be okay. Okay, I was busy this weekend. I went back to school today. I did not want to return to society. Fair enough. I'm gonna be right back. I have to actually set it to record server. There we go. Stop. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I know a lot of you guys are starting to get back to school, so, I know it's gonna be a little bit rough, for sure. Might have a snow day tomorrow. It's supposed to be 8 to 12 inches of snow, but knowing my school district, they're just to say, come anyway. That sounds about right for the last town I was in. They didn't care how much ice was on the road until I think one of the buses was in a ditch. And then they were like, oh yeah, we probably should stop having our drivers drive on that. So, you know, school districts, we love that. Let's see, 9 months, 19 days, and 23 hours of following from Bionics. I got 3 to 5 inches. Nice, nice. I don't have very much snow at all. I don't think I actually have any. We were supposed to get some yesterday, and it just turned into rain. Lots and lots of rain instead, which I appreciate. But it's supposed to snow sometime this week, and there's also forecast for rain, which could possibly freeze and turn into ice, which means I'm gonna stay inside because I don't want to fall and break a hip. You guys know how I am. I'm an old man. We can't be having this, you know. Let's see. I need some more lava. Just really quick. I mean, do I need lava? No. No, I don't. We can do it with wood. Just do like that, and do this. There we go. Anyway, but yeah, it's been a good couple of days. It's just been long and busy. Give me 1 second. I've been waking up early the past couple of days, just trying to get into a better sleep routine. Cause I don't like staying up as late as I do. So, oh geez, Bionics, that's not looking too nice. Yeah, that looks lovely. And it's making its way up here. Yay. It'll shrink a bit, yeah. Well, because of where you and I are kind of generally located, we probably get a little bit of, like, what is it called? Like, lake effect? Lake area effect. So the Great Lakes kind of help influence that and make it turn into snow, which is so nice. It's so good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but the past couple of days have not been super energetic or anything. In fact, they've been quite the opposite. I've just been laid back trying to get some work done, but not pressuring myself to get things done necessarily. But I think I'm kind of back into the grind mindset, which is good. That being said, I haven't been hanging out with my friends as much as I usually do. One of them's out of town, so that's helped me out a little bit there, where it's just like, okay, when they're not on their computer all the time, it's a lot less tempting to slack off, you know? It's fun to slack off, don't get me wrong. I love procrastinating, but I got my first video done in like 60 days this week, just because I had a lot more free time. Well, not free time, a lot more time where I would typically be using it as free time, but I didn't have to I didn't have anybody else to hang out with, so it was just like, okay, I guess it'll actually work now. W video, I felt like it was an okay video. It definitely could have used a lot of work, but I didn't want it to be an over-engineered video where I spent so much time making it that, one, the video wasn't even relevant anymore, or two, I grew to hate the video because I felt like I could do better now. That's what happened with the ChatGPT Minecraft series. I don't even know if I actually ever officially announced that that's what it was. But that was a series I was actually working on. I have a full intro sequence that I rendered out. It had a whole lot of engineering behind the scenes to make it look good and be cool and all that, but because I spent so much time on it, I grew to hate the first episode so much, and I couldn't bring myself to re-record it, so I just scrapped the entire idea. That being said, you know, I'm gonna try to refrain from doing that with a lot of videos. There's gonna be like one video a month that's like super, you know, edited and high effort, and then there's probably gonna be 3 other videos that go alongside it, plus update videos. I still want to do those, but you know, we're gonna kind of slowly ease ourselves back into video creation if I can. I got 5. Only a third of the size of the U.S. Nothing to major. Yeah, nothing insane. Hey Juan, how's it going? Oh man, when you add in the redeems, I don't know yet. I've been working on a little bit of a list in the background of things I want to do for Twitch. I actually have it pulled up still, so you know, I've got some commands that I'm gonna do and redo. The long-awaited unlurk command is gonna make its way here, you know, whenever I get around to this list. I'm just gonna take like a whole day or maybe even a week, I don't know, to just redo everything that I want to do, Twitch-wise. And so that's gonna be redoing commands, redoing alerts, making a trailer. Believe it or not, I've been streaming for 2.5 years and I still don't have a Twitch trailer. Planning out some follower and sub goals. We might do our first sub goal this year, plus several follower goals along the route to, you know, have some fun with it. And I want to have those planned out well in advance so you guys have some motivation to push towards things. Like right now, there's no goal. What are we going to do when we hit 1.25K? Like, what are we supposed to do? I don't know, but we'll figure that out. We will figure it out. And I know what I'm intending to do for 1.5K. I think for 1,500 followers, we should do a 12-hour stream. And just maybe every 1,000 followers, we'll do a 24-hour stream until I feel like I really can't do them anymore, or I feel like I can do them so well that we need to change it up. But 24-hour streams just, they drain me so bad in that last 3 hours of the stream. I just want to say during that 24-hour stream, the last 3 hours there, I apologize for anything I said that may have been insensitive, that may have been rude, incorrect. I was drowsy. I think I did reach a point where I may have fallen asleep on camera for a second. I don't know. And the only thing that kept me awake for that last little bit was just the fact that I had my guitar on hand. But truthfully speaking, I was a zombie at the end of that stream. So I just want to apologize because I went back and watched it, that last section, because I was like, I don't remember anything from that stream. Like, in that, there's like a 2-hour window where there's just nothing in my head of my life. And I'm like, what happened? Nothing made sense. It was just like, randomly, I would be talking about something that would kind of make sense. I'd say something nonsensical that had nothing to do with the other thing, and then I would kind of come back into actually making sense. Also, why is this still square? Can we? That should be around 16:9. Sure. Okay. That way, when I tab out a little bit, it shouldn't be as bad. It's still bad, but I was just kind of looking at a list and it was off of Minecraft, so I couldn't have the right aspect ratio there. Anyway, but yeah, during 24-hour stream, that you know, I had some moments there where I didn't make any sense, and I just want to apologize for that. If it was offensive. I'm sure nobody really remembers it, so, like, there's that. But also, like, you know, if I say I'm sorry, then that must count for something, right? So, you know, 24-hour stream may or may not still happen for 2,000, but I doubt I'll ever go higher than that without taking a break. So, you know, we'll throw that out there. Just so you guys are aware. 12-hour streams are easy, though. I accidentally did one in what was it? Was that October? It was Starfield. Starfield came out and I played it for the first time and I had accidentally just been live for 13 and a half hours or something like that. It was kind of dumb. It was kind of dumb. Anyway, back to reading your guys' chats. I'm sorry. Well, no, first let me finish talking to you guys about my Twitch upgrade day. So playing out follower sub goals. Be right back screen. I'm gonna kind of fix all that stuff so it's all cool and I've got some ideas that I'd love to show you guys, but I'm going to wait until it's all ready and then I'll show you guys. It'll be really cool when it's like the reveal, I guess. I don't know. It'll be like a real finished product, I think, for at least the Minecraft screen. I think you guys have seen the other games that I have gotten from Nuggy. That's not that is not the last version of that Be Right Back screen for sure, but it is definitely going to be one that I use for a good while until I have a better solid idea in my head for a Be Right Back screen. I've got a couple of intro screens that I gotta redo, a couple of outro screens, and then I'd like to get some fancy transitions. I don't know what all goes into that, but I would like to get some transitions for stream. So, when we swap to a Be Right Back screen, it's not just fade to black and then it's like, okay, here's the Be Right Back screen or whatever, I think it'd be kind of cool if we could get some better transitions and such. So I gotta kind of look into how that works and such, but I've got some ideas there. I'm gonna unfollow a whole bunch of people that I don't watch anymore. I'm going to redo all the channel points. I'm talking new logo, new redeems, removing old redeems that I don't like, new prices. I'm gonna do a monthly point goal where you guys will be able to put all your points into a community goal, and the idea is that by the end of that month, if you guys have reached it, it'll get something for the community, whether that I don't know what that'll be just yet. It might be a giveaway, it might be a 12-hour stream, things that I can do is the idea. Nothing super insane necessarily, but just I think something that would be fun anyway. And then I also want to add the long-awaited first redeem counter. So every time somebody redeems first, it gives them a score, and so it's like a +1 to. In this case, it'd be a +1 to Bionics because he got first today. But I gotta look into how that all works. I'm gonna work on a schedule thing, so every week you guys will actually have a full written schedule on what we're doing, so it's not like, hey King, what are you doing on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? Because those are my days where I choose what I want to play. Monday and Friday are King SMP pretty much exclusively, but I'd like to kind of plan out those 3 days there, and those 3 middle days, I'd like to have something that you guys are like, okay, he's playing Doom on this day, I really want to watch King play Doom, so I'm gonna try to be there for Thursday. And, I don't really care too much for what he's playing on Tuesday. I don't really watch. I don't like horror games. So, I don't want to watch him play Little Nightmares 2. So I'm not going to watch on Tuesday. You can kind of gauge that a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully you guys don't not watch it because you don't like the game. But, I don't judge. There are some times where I don't watch certain streamers because of games, and I have like a whole list of new gear I want. That is bright. And I'm still working on this list. I'm hoping to get it done by the end of this week, and then I'm gonna order everything out, and then I'm gonna take some days in February, I think, to just kind of work through it a little bit. I don't know. Thoughts on SMP updates I've been rolling out? I was on the grind this weekend. I've seen a couple of them. I haven't really explored them on the server itself, but I'm liking where it's going. It's been looking good, Unreal. It certainly has been looking good. So, I'm excited. Also, this still has like plenty of stone in it. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of, keep going with the server. Like, it felt like we were stagnant for, you know, it's funny. We go through phases on this SMP. So it's like, you know, the server stagnates for probably what, 2 months at a time, and then it'll go into like a quote unquote renaissance, for 3 months or 4 months even sometimes. But it kind of goes back and forth on that. And, I kind of find that funny. I don't know. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. Yeah. All right. Sorry, I couldn't see my chat window too well, so honestly, my favorite thing I did this weekend is the simplest. It's the quest menu. I haven't seen the new quest menu. Oh, that is simple, but it's good. And it tells you even the amount of quests you need to complete in order to unlock the next category. That is awesome. That is really, really cool. Made it easier for me to understand. Make more quests. At what point does one stop making quests is the question, really, I suppose. Because we have a lot. I know Unreal's either putting the finishing touches on it, or he has put the finishing touches on it, but, you know, at some point we have to go, okay, there's enough here. Now, I mean, like, there's nothing in limited time right now, but we're, you know, we haven't hit our next, you know, event period yet. But we try to do a limited time event, you know, generally speaking, you know, every month or two, kind of depends. I know we want to do, I know we have an event coming up. It's this Friday, right? Let me double check that. Yeah, it's Friday. This Friday, we're doing a hide and seek event. So, you know, there's no special quest line for that, but sometimes we'll do, you know, if it's a Christmas event or something like that. I mean, Halloween's a better one, I think. You can do some different quests like that. Like, we did a collection event where whoever collected the most pumpkins would, you know, would win. It was a landslide victory. We basically called it early because everybody quit. But, you know, there's things like that. We did one for the 100th quest, I think it was. We did a special event for that where there's a special quest line for it. That was really cool as well. Question, where will the hide and seek be played? Yeah, Unreal's having a mega base. It'll be a copy of my mega base that I've been working on for the last year-ish. It's a large underground city. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really, really cool. So, want to see it, King? We'll save it for Friday. Might as well make it a big deal when we see it, you know? Live reaction or something, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I've seen the base mostly already, but I haven't seen the hide and seek variant, so I guess there's gonna be some minor differences, but you know. I haven't seen it, I don't think, with this shader pack. I don't know. I did modify it for a bit. Okay. Well, it'll be a surprise to me then, so that'll be cool. Also, I did want to quickly just acknowledge, thank you guys. I appreciate the support on the video. I don't feel like I did a good job at reacting, but I appreciate it nonetheless. And thank you so much for the raid, Raccoon Ray. How's it going? Welcome to the stream, Raiders. What did you guys get up to today? If you guys haven't already, please follow Raccoon Ray. They are fairly active in our community, oftentimes dropping in raids and also playing on our server. So, you know, support a community member out, help a community member out, and be sure to support Raccoon Ray. Yeah, let me hit you with that shout out there. My command doesn't work. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, you know, press the button at the top of chat. Check them out. All right. What was I doing? Right. We were getting all the stone together. Also, this can kind of be tilted down just a little. Not that much. There we go. We need to turn down the music. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, we've got plenty of smooth stone. Let me go get some of the boxes from up here. I was looking at some old videos earlier, and I had seen some things I hadn't seen in a very long time, and that was the original base plan. Was interesting. So let me kind of show you guys. We'll go on spectator just to show you guys. So this is like a huge expansion already. But when I was originally building it, the original idea was this right here, this village was just going to be a slave camp, and that was going to be my mini base. That was going to be my starter base for the season, and then I was going to go off and build somewhere else instead. And that didn't happen. I was going to put like a little mini base here, which was just going to be, you know, a little slave camp, nothing super insane. And then over here, I was going to put like this stuff so I could actually have my villager stuff separated. And then it just kind of grew out of control from there. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't. This is a lot of fun to build, so I'm excited to keep it up, but I've just been kind of amazed by how much the landscape has changed since then, really. Like, plenty of trees have been ripped out of here, if you couldn't tell. Plenty more will be ripped out of here. What's the world limit in Nether? I don't think we changed the world border in the Nether. So it's whatever default is. I don't recall off the top of my head, though. It's probably like 30 million if I think it's around 30 million. Probably like 29,997,000 something, I think. I don't know. That sounds right to me, though. I rolled out a couple updates and posted in the announcements channel of the Discord if you wanted to look. Yes, definitely take a look, Raccoon Ray. Definitely take a look. It's pretty cool updates. Finished my Minecraft garden? Nice, nice. Minecraft is fun, guys. I've been having a lot of fun with it recently. I don't know why. It's just... I'm excited about it, you know? And I don't know why. I've just been so interested in playing it a lot more recently. I think it's kind of because my balance has kind of come back a little bit. You know, it used to be that we played Minecraft every single day for weeks on end. And that was how I originally started streaming, and then I kind of had to throw some different games in the mix to kind of help mix it up. And then we did a lot of King SMP just full on straight there, and I actually enjoyed that. I really did. However, I think honestly, I think having that balance of I'm playing Valorant on different days, and, you know, I'm playing Minecraft on different days has been really good for me. It's also given me some inspiration a little bit. Because one thing I've noticed is, like, when I'm doing a lot of one thing in specific, you start to get a little bit, not burnt out, but You get like, what's the word? You get a little bit... I'm gonna use the word stuck, but there's like a specific term for this. But you get stuck. A mental block, if you will. Where it's like, you don't know... You know you want to do stuff with, your ideas, and you know you want to progress, but you don't know where to go with it because you've been doing it so much. So being able to take like a step back, on Wednesdays and just play some Valorant, or even I do it sometimes still off stream after I'm done with here. Sometimes I'll hop into a call with some of my friends and we'll play some Valorant just for fun. And I've been finding that to kind of be a little bit refreshing to kind of help me think about ideas and such. I don't think I would have added the second tower here, and I wouldn't come up with all of this other stuff that I, wanted to do if it weren't for the fact that I had taken, a little bit of time to play other games for a little bit, because there's just so much, that I get stuck, I get a little bit stuck in stuff. For example, over here, now I've taken a little bit of a break from it. I feel a little bit more refreshed. I think I could come back here and do some work. I'm going to wait probably another couple of weeks, maybe just one more week before I come back. I don't know. Maybe next Monday we'll come back and do this project. But, I wanted to give myself some time away from it and give you guys some time away from it. Because one, I do recognize it can get a little bit boring watching the same area over and over again. Especially when it's just like, hey, let me add this house that's the same exact color as the other house. And, doing that kind of stuff, it's a little bit soul-sucking at times if you just keep doing that. So, I still intend to come back to this. I just wanted to give myself a nice little break because the things that have come out of it is like this, which, by the way, we have actually made a decent amount of progress on, too. If I take that placement off, that's how much progress we did last week, and, or on Friday. And I don't think I had any of the material, besides maybe some of the quartz, on Friday. So, considering we did all that, I think we did pretty okay. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to try to actually get all the smooth stone placed and then try to get as much of the quartz as we can. I'm actually going to run the raid farm for a little bit and trade with the villagers for a little bit today before we really get into things. But, I'm having fun with King SMP, and I think everybody really is recently. It's been nice to get back into things, I guess. A lot of people have had time off of school as well, which has kind of given them a little bit of time to enjoy the game. And also, their creativity has been refreshed because of being away from school and, being away because of school even. Some people were away for a very long time because of school. So it's been nice. It's been very nice, just hanging out and playing games for a little bit. Let's see. How do I get a horse to the nether roof? I would push one through a portal, but like Unreal said, you're pretty far out, so I'd imagine I think I saw a couple of times in Discord that like you're past where the world border is in the overworld, because like every block you travel in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, so it's like overworld has a border of, what is it, 100,000 by 100,000, right? Yeah. So anything you do up there past that point will just put you right at the 100,000 point. Yeah. You like my mushroom art? Oh gosh. Okay. Let me think. What was I doing? I wanted a horse. You could probably find one on the world border, but I wouldn't try it, to be entirely honest with you. It's not worth the risk. I'd imagine it'll probably die when it gets through the portal anyway. I've had bad luck with horses. I should probably say that before I just, you know, ruin your hopes and dreams of having a horse. You know, bad experiences with Minecraft horses. King, what do you think about the balancing of the new armor? I haven't looked too closely at it or tried it, but it sounds like it should work. Cause it's like what I'll go check it out here in a second, just so I don't sound like an idiot. But you know, it's different protections at different values, so it's actually balanced for the most part. Because that's like the one thing that I was a little bit concerned about was like you don't want to make it so so that protection is not needed, but you don't want to make it that you know, projectile protection, fire protection, and blast protection. You want to make sure that those are all also still usable. And I think you actually did a pretty good job from what I could kind of see and recall. I did test to see how powerful they were, and to be honest, blast protection was pretty weak. Yeah, that's kind of like blast protection is so OP. Like point blank, full 10 netherite, I only survive TNT on like 2 hearts, so really not that great. Yeah. Yeah, let me go to spawn really quick. Well, I actually don't know where that all is now that I'm thinking about it. Where is the NPC for this guy? In the blacksmith building? Okay. Right in front of spawn. Okay, I see. Alright. So yeah, like fire protection 7, pretty good. And I like that, you know, it's still upgradable and you can still add your other enchantments that you want to add. So it's like that's pretty good. You know, blast protection 10, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Even for creepers, Unreal hasn't checked yet, but he said he can test. And then like projectile protection, also pretty good. It actually adds like use to these armor sets. Because nobody in their right mind ever uses projectile protection or fire protection or blast protection. They're not useful on their own. That being said, when they're at a high level like this, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. Unreal, since you're very smart, how do I move fast on the nether roof? Yeah, Elytra would be your best bet. If you don't have Elytra, then your next best bet would probably be horse. And since you don't have a horse, speed 2 potions. Yeah, that would basically be your best bet there. Here's your hydrate, Nuggy. How are you doing today? I'm broke. I can't afford a 12 diamond Elytra. That's pretty cheap, all things considered, I would say. Somebody was selling them for like 32 diamonds each, if I remember correctly. Or make ice boat path. Yeah, that's also true. Let's see. You can look at the extra attributes at the bottom too. Yes. It decreases damage against projectiles like arrows. The speed bonus. Yeah. The speed bonus. I mean, I don't know how much of a difference it really is. I mean, you get 0.4 extra for wearing all the sets, so I'd imagine it's pretty good. And, you know, this one has knockback resistance and armor toughness, and then this one just has, you know... Sorry, armor toughness is a regular one, but, you know, all 4 armors together is slightly worse than a Swift Totem. Here, you can try it. He's gonna throw me stuff, guys. Watch this. He's about to admin abuse and give me stuff. See? Is this the kind of admin we want on the server? Honestly, this isn't bad, and I mean, if you do combine it with a Swift Totem, I'm sure it's nice, especially because you'll have the added beacon effect too, which is what we've got going on right now. Is you got your beacon effect with this and zoom, yeah. And honestly, it's nice. I could see myself using this on a regular occasion, except I like normal prot, but you know. For anybody that, you know, has a hard time with skeletons, this is really nice. Netherite trim goes hard. It really does. I was about to say something about it. It looks nice. It's very subtly different, but it's noticeably there. Like, there is definitely something different about your armor compared to, you know, mine. So, you know, initially I might not notice it, but it does exist. Buy speed potions from my shop. Yes, you could do that. The black is nice, very. I think if I were to add any trim, I don't know. It's not that I don't like trim. It's just I can't settle on one design, and I don't want to grind for more designs. So, you know, I just stick with this. It's fine. Let's see. I have quartz on my trim. Quartz is nice. Quartz is pretty cool. Let's see. See, they need to go back to 16. What do you say? I really try to not. I really try to use not only silence trim, but all the other ones are completely terrible compared. Yeah, silence is arguably the best, and by a long shot. Eat. Just because you keep telling me to eat makes me not want to eat. I'll rather starve, thank you. Let's see, make reds. I'm trying to go far away. I'm broke. Did you accept a 5 goal? Can you go up to 6 though? Just buy from the alchemist for cheap. Speed 2 for a while. For 3 to 5 quest shards. Yeah, if you have quest shards, the alchemist does have some pretty good deals there. Also here, have your armor back. Throw those potatoes out, get some juicy steak. See, I have plenty of potatoes, though. Like, I'm not wasteful. Yeah, these guys have, potions of swiftness, 15 minutes for speed 2. Pretty good. So, you know, if you were looking for them and you have extra quest shards, I would recommend, you know, going to spawn and buying from there. But I also know you are on the nether roof, and you might be there a while. You have a lot, and I'll make more if you ever switch to steak. I have too many potatoes, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I haven't even burned through it. I've been on this server for a year. For a whole year, and I'm still burning through potatoes, dude. Sacrifice the potatoes to the potato god. Don't worry, I got the best transport method. Ah, yes, the good old, using your legs method. Let's see, candy, I did not see that, but I just now saw it. Or I'm just now remembering that I saw it. My friend gave me, candy for Christmas, and, I will forever appreciate them for that. They are Reese's, which, surprisingly, I still very much enjoy. I I don't care to admit how many of these I've eaten in the past 2 weeks, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So it was a 2-pound bag of Reese's, okay? It is no longer a 2-pound bag. It might be half a pound left, and I've only started really eating them in like maybe the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, but truthfully speaking, I think it's been the last week and a half that I've started eating them. And I've eaten almost a pound and a half of these. I love Reese's, man. I don't know what it is, but I still stomach them even after all this time. This is the only candy I've been eating for like the last week and a half too. I'm out of the Snickers and Kit Kats that I used to have, so I'm down to this. Oh no, it's even better. Oh boy, I'm interested. I'm interested, Juan. I have a pork chop farm. They're much better than potatoes, and you don't have to eat as often as Derek. So Derek won't be bugging you every 2 seconds. Fair enough. I'll eat beetroot, but now I'm out of food. Oh, I see. So it's a little bit slower even. 2-pound bag of Twix, put them in the freezer and ate them in a week. Healthy. You know, I've never been accused of being a healthy individual, that's for sure. However, that being said, this week has been especially unhealthy. I've been eating a lot of that candy. That being said, though, I have been eating a lot of peanut butter and breakfast. I've actually been eating breakfast, which it's been a while since I've done that. Also, I want to quickly go see this new shop here. But it's been a while since I've been eating breakfast on a regular basis. In the past, I think 3 days it's been. I've been having some waffles and... Okay. You see, this is an old Minecraft trap, okay? Just before anybody says, why are you so scared of the doors? It used to be that if you walked in here, there was this trap that would close all the doors around you and you couldn't get out. I thought that's what this was, and I would, you know, PTSD. Okay, that works. This looks like it's not done yet. However, you know, I'm excited. A new store in town, that's always a good thing. You know, I'm interested to see how this goes. It still is. He just made it differently. Well, he made it wrong. It doesn't trap anybody, but you know, you can still do it. It's just, I don't think that's what it was supposed to be, or it was, and you know, trap was a little bit broken. I have the hiccups now. Nice. It's Jervs, you've been tricked. And then there's another shop coming up here on this hill. It looks like we might need to start encouraging people to branch out and build a little bit outside of the immediate area. But up there on this hill, looks like there's gonna be a shop here. So Sam started building this. It might be too close. We might just need to do some terraining around it to kind of fix it, but it should be okay. It should be okay. I have fiber customers, and they're literally changing stuff every time I send them a progress update. People can be weird sometimes, eventually they'll enjoy it and stop complaining. That would be nice. Hey, Ort! My man's got a serious case of bedhead. I can do terrain. Terrain is fun. I can usually do it okay, but I don't want to. I really don't want to right now, I'm gonna be honest. If I do any terraining anytime soon, it's gonna be on my volcano. Ort can also do terrain. Ort is insane with building. I know he doesn't build very often, but when he does, I'm always kind of impressed. While it's simple, it's very effective and it looks good. Not sure I made that joke yesterday, you're too late. Okay, well, I wasn't here yesterday, so shut up. I'm sorry, that was a little bit mean. I'm not usually this mean, I promise. I'm only gonna get worse, so I can tell you that. I've been a little bit, a little bit rude the past couple of days, and the answer to why I think is stupid. It's very stupid, but I think it's reasonable. So for those of you who don't know, about 2 years ago now, I had picked up this nasty habit, okay? And this habit was involved with, I don't have them up here anymore, but Sharpies. And it started off as a joke, and then it just got worse, okay? I finally have, like, put away the Sharpies. They're gone, you know. We don't even think about them anymore. I believe I'm on Sharpie withdrawal. Which is super strange and stupid and dumb. It's literally dumb. That, like, you know, you can have withdrawal from that. But I think that's what it is, because, like, it explains a lot of other things that I care not to get into super heavy detail on, just because I don't want to freak you guys out too much. But it's been really bad the last couple of days. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's been getting progressively worse as time's gone on, but, like, last couple of days have been worse, notably, than other days. But yeah, Nuggy, to go back to what you were saying earlier, I don't want you to think I ignored it. Yeah, no, people on Fiverr are so demanding and they don't want to pay. Like, that's the worst part. Like, they'll be like, you know, can you change this? Can you change that? And then it's like, well, can you negotiate on the price a little bit? It's like, you knew how much it was gonna cost. I don't know how people on Fiverr do it, but honestly, it is the best place to go if you can tolerate those people, you know? He's pretty good at it. Yeah, Ort is pretty good at it. They're paying $35, so I don't want to just straight up say no to them, but they've changed stuff like 3 times already. Yeah, I mean, it depends on, like, I guess what it is, but, like, some things, you know, if they say, like, hey, I want this, you know, they get a certain amount of revisions, usually. I don't know if you have that set up yet or not, but I would recommend, you know, setting up different revisions in each price plan. The clothes in the background. Yeah, no. See, that feels like they're just trying to get, like, more work out of you for some reason, and it's like, I don't know. I feel weird about that. I don't want to be mean and limit it. Well, I mean, it's, you know, your time is valuable. It's worth something. So, you know, I think it's reasonable to say, hey, we're only going to revise this 3 times. So, you know, tell me what you want and stop fooling around, you know? Because people are going to try to take advantage of it. Let's see. King was the last time you sniffed a Sharpie. You sound like a drug addict. I'm not, though. I promise. I promise. So, anyway, the last time I've had a hit of Sharpie was, it would have been probably about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks. 2 weeks. It'll be 2.5 on Wednesday. But it's been a minute, but, like, it's been getting notably worse, like, different things. Today was, like, a pretty rough day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was like, ooh, you know, I don't like this. Y'all ever have tremors and shakes? You know, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. I didn't realize I was hitting it as much as I was, apparently, but, you know, Sharpie is, you know, that's a substance. Let's see. Nugget cares too much about being mean, so they just, like, disregard the whole revisions thing and work with them as if it's a friend and provide constant updates and ask for feedback. Also, the price must be paid first, so that's not really an issue. Okay. Which I guess can be good, but then you run into the problem they mentioned. Yeah, let me open up this and see the pricings here. So you got $5. It gives you 1 revision, 2-day delivery, 1 figure, no background, no color, entire body illustration, basic line art. That is more than fair, for one. I think you could easily probably have that up to 10, especially once you start having more and more reviews on your page. And I will say, doing a lot of work like with people that are demanding, if once you're done with them and like, you know, they have their order and they're happy with it, remind them to leave a review. And once you start getting enough people that have given you good reviews on that, I'd say start enforcing your revision rule a little bit more, because you know, people are going to take advantage of it. Whether that be, hey, they're either going to start trolling you to get you to waste more time on them, or they're going to try to, get additional outfits out of you for their characters. So they have, 12 different outfits on their character, and they have different images to choose from, different backgrounds and such, which, the backgrounds might not be as big of a deal depending on how detailed it is, but outfits take a while. So, I don't know. I would say, depending on how much work it is, but definitely limit the revisions. And like these other things I'm seeing, like your standard plan, $15, more than fair. Premium, more than fair. You could get an additional 10 out of premium for sure. You could probably get $50 out of premium. You could double your price on that one. Standard, honestly, again, probably could double your price. Now, because you're at the beginning of it, I think it works to have it a little bit cheaper because it's more attractive to your initial audience. People that don't have money tend to not care about people that don't have reviews yet, and so that might help you out a little bit. You're gonna have unfortunately, beggars are also choosers in the online space. So people who are broke are going to be very picky about things as well, because to them that dollar is worth a lot more. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like it's too high if I make it any more in the beginning. I think, once you have probably, 5 to 10 reviews on your work. Let me get to a place that's safe. But once you get 5 to 10 reviews there, I think you could probably up your prices by a little. Maybe not jack them up necessarily, but you can start bumping up your prices around then, because you'll actually be kind of pushed a little bit better in the Fiverr search. Yeah, I think you're on to something. Just, be fair to yourself as well. Revisions, enforce your revision rule. When they're requesting changes, just say, hey, reminder, I'm only doing 2 revisions on this one, or in the case of your premium, I'm doing 4 revisions on this one. So if there's anything else you want to change, let's get it done in this go around. And, because it's about, saving yourself some time, because you're getting underpaid, truthfully speaking, already. $35 for what you're working on right now. $35, let me think. When I was working at Walmart, that would be 3 hours of work. Now, I don't know how much time you've spent on that, but the minimum wage has changed now, and I believe it's higher than how much I was working there. But, your time is worth something, so definitely, be conscious of that. If you've spent 5 hours on this, they've, you're at that point where it's like, okay, how much you're undervaluing your time at that point, I would say. But yeah, I think you should keep it up though. You're doing good, Nuggy. People are gonna be lining out the door for you before long, I'm sure. Let's see. Would it lag the server to detonate 101,000 TNT at the same time? No. I think it could take it. Let's see. I think $5 to $10 more for each might be good. I told them they had one more. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like, I think most of your prices honestly could be doubled, but that's when you're looking at, like, if you have top seller status on Fiverr or best choice or whatever they have a special one where it's like, they're a high in demand artist, and I can't remember what term they use, but I think it's Fiverr's choice or something like that. If you have that status, all your prices can be doubled right then and there, in my opinion. Because, one, people are already going to be booking you a lot, but once you have that little badge that says this person is verified and they're very good, and people will pay a higher dollar for that, and I don't want your queue to be like, I have 50 commissions I gotta do in, 30 days. Like, that's a lot of work there. Supply and demand issues. It's rough, but you'll get a good grasp on how to value your time for sure. After some time. Let's see, they've gotten commissions already from Twitter too, by the way, I think, so that's good. Oh, absolutely. I had a friend who was just opening up Twitter commissions, and they were like, it's not really easy to get people to trust you on those sites. Like, sometimes it is. Sometimes you'll get lucky and hit the right people. But other times, it's all about how you approach, situations. So, I think you're doing pretty good. I think you're doing really good. Twitter is turning into the new dark web. It's basically turning into Reddit, which is scary because Reddit still exists. It's kind of becoming no holds bar. I haven't seen anything illegal there, thankfully, but I can tell you I have seen some wacky things on there, just like I have on Reddit. Do I care to share everything I've seen? No, for the sake of your guys' trauma, I won't. I won't explain everything I've seen. But if you've ever, and no, don't ever go look it up. Reddit, 50/50, that Reddit, that's basically Twitter right now. So there's 100% illegal stuff on Twitter. I mean, there's always been illegal stuff on Twitter. It's just, it's a little bit easier to find. I've not found it because I don't stumble across that stuff. When I'm browsing Twitter, I'm typically in brand Twitter, because that's just who I interact a lot with, and Minecraft people. So, I'm pretty much in the two Twitter communities that are pretty safe, all things considered. I see art stuff, but my friend tells me what she finds. See, if I wanted to find it, all I gotta do is look it up. That's the thing. You can find anything anywhere on the internet. I mean, Facebook is not without fault. If I looked up anything I wanted to find on the Facebook search bar, I'd probably find it. It's just one of those things of, how hard do I have to look? Twitter doesn't really hide it necessarily because their algorithm is all based on community engagement. And so people if people like posts that you also like, then it's more likely that it'll show you stuff that they also like. I don't know if that makes any sense, but, there's an algorithm there that says if, Nuggy likes things that are similar to what Unreal likes, and Unreal likes things that are similar to what I like. So I'm going to be showing things that Unreal likes, and Nuggy's going to be showing things that Unreal likes, and vice versa. Unreal's going to be showing things that Nuggy likes and that I like. And so that's how the algorithm is built. So if you like things that a lot of other people like, and and they're just randoms, a lot of the times it gets a little bit confused and shows you some really whack stuff. I remember when the Russia versus Ukraine stuff was happening, that that got really bad on Twitter. I saw way too many combat footage, you know, that kind of stuff. I've seen way worse since then, but that was one of the more tame things I can tell you I've seen. And I could get very graphic with what I've seen in just that sector, but for the sake of stream, we're not going to get into that too much. But like I said, it's the way their algorithm works in general, which either you need to say content moderation needs to be changed, which defeats the whole purpose of how Twitter was originally set up and is now back to being set up, or they need to enforce a flagging system like what Reddit has, where you have to mark your posts for you know, gore or other explicit visuals and or audios, you know, things like that. Today I was just looking in the For You page and it showed a guy get stabbed in the neck and bleed out in 5 seconds. It had 2 million views. See, that's the thing. If people are botting as well, which Twitter has a lot of bots, that's undeniable. I don't know if you guys ever view the comment section, but bots will mass like things. And so, for example, I get pretty much a new like on my account every day. I don't post anything on Twitter. Well, I used to post a lot, but I don't post hardly ever anymore. I post maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, depending on if there's any news. But when I do post there, I tend to get hit with a lot of crypto bots, several other types of bots, but crypto bots are the main one I get hit with. But they mass like everything. So even those posts like what you mentioned, which stabbed in the neck sounds like it could be one of the terrorist videos, which I've seen those before as well. I am sorry for your eyes. They're not fun to look at. They don't get very... well, you will get this desensitized to it eventually, but I don't recommend watching more. It's not really great, but, you know, because they watch it, and they like your posts, it goes, hey, look at this, you know, they like your stuff, maybe you'll like what they like, and generally speaking, it's not good. It's unfortunate that that's kind of how the algorithm works, but it's also... It kind of goes back to that thing that we were talking about a couple weeks, or last week, I think. It was, you know, Twitter can be used for good and it can be used for bad. Unfortunately, a lot of people are using it for bad things, though. And so it's one of those deals where it's like, if people would just, you know, use some common sense and, you know, not post some of the crap that they post, and also if people would use some common sense and, like, you know, just be decent human beings, Twitter would be a good place. It is, at its heart, supposed to be a, you know, town square sort of deal where everybody, you know, has their opinion and they're not, you know, being this or that, and, you know, there's some online animosity. Sure, that's the word. But, you know, you're safe behind the screen, but you can still share your opinions and stuff. And I think that should be, you know, plenty allowed. However, because people also use that animosity to, you know, do illegal things and say some pretty messed up things as well, it leads to public opinion about Twitter being, you know, overwhelmingly negative. And, you know, can't blame them. Again, I'm on the platform. I get it. It's not a great place. Okay, I'm going to attempt here to kind of build up this tower while we talk. I'm actually gonna do stuff while we talk now, guys. Imagine that. Gore is kind of just as bad as watching other entertainment. Gore, it's an interesting thing. I don't know where my stance is exactly with it, because on one hand, it is, just, your human body, but cut open or currently draining out of you. And that's a very, very non-graphic way to put it. However, that being said, we weren't supposed to really see our insides. We weren't supposed to see, we weren't supposed to see that mass amount of blood loss. That is, in a sense, traumatizing. I mean, I could tell you some of the things I've seen have stuck with me. And, that's just kind of part of it, I guess. But what I can tell you is, like, there are other forms of entertainment that also are traumatizing and stick with you. And so, I guess it depends on how potent it is, really. Just like poison, I'd say any form of entertainment in any sort of potency could be, negative for your psychological state. I think the specific forms of entertainment you're talking about absolutely are mentally damaging. In fact, they're scientifically proven to be. Same thing with what Nuggy said. Gore does do things to your brain. It desensitizes you. It can make you a less empathetic person. It can make you very depressed. It can do some pretty bad things to you. Not just those, but things I care not to get into, really. But it can really make you into a person that you might not want to be. The other form of entertainment that you're referring to, Nightfall, people like surgeons, when they accidentally kill someone, have support for mental health, but which is worse society-wise? Society-wise, we probably would say Gore is worse, because you would be seen as a psychopath, especially if you enjoyed it. Whereas the alternative that you're suggesting, I'd say society would look at it and say, it's just a human function, and that's okay. And, on one hand, their argument makes sense, but on the other hand, it makes no sense, because at the same time, is blood not just another part of the human body? So, I see where some people are going with what they say, but also at other times I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with you, because, on one hand, we'll say one thing is okay because of insert reason here, but because this one is just, I mean, one is probably more psychotic than the other in some senses of the word. I don't know. It's a slippery slope, and I'd have to do some research, and I don't really want to research that one, to be entirely honest. That being said, when it comes down to it, I would say, for me, I tolerate Gore way easier, and that's probably due to tolerance. I am a I grew up on the internet, so I've seen some stuff. I've seen a lot of stuff, and first couple of times it sticks with you, and you see things that you really wish you didn't. And then, you know, it goes from there, and you kind of spiral a little bit, and it's just like, oh, you know, this isn't that bad, really. I mean, it's, you know, it's just another disembodied arm or whatever. You know, that's, I was gonna say some other things, but, like, honestly, I'd rather not describe some of that. I'd really rather not describe some of it, just for the sake of anybody who, you know, gets a little bit too morbidly curious. I don't want you going on a little bit of a search and finding stuff that, you know, isn't good for your mental well-being. As somebody who has that issue of being morbidly curious, don't do it. Let's see. I'd say it's different from watching on a screen in real life, since if it was in real life, you'd have a choice to try and save a person or whatever. True. True. And I would say that is an interesting point, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I would probably tend to agree with you on that. Difference in watching and participating, for sure. I miss the person I was before Gore. I don't know. I don't really remember who I was before then, to be honest. I'm sure a lot of you guys were a lot younger than what I was when I first started really seeing that kind of stuff. I mean, I was just a young little lad. But, you know, I mean, you guys are younger than me. And being on the internet at around the same time period, I'm sure you guys were younger. Happy 11-year-old. Okay, maybe you guys weren't quite younger than me. Maybe I was a little bit in a false sense of security there. I was not. I was younger than 11. I was around 9 when I saw my first. I think it was I don't know this one for certain because I can't remember. I kind of blocked this one out. I don't remember if it was Cartel or ISIS, but one of those videos. I was around 9 when I first saw that one. So, you know, seen some things. yeah. We love beheadings. They're nice. I miss the person I was before work. Just a happy 6-year-old. No. Relatable, but still, jeez, no. Since it was in real life, you have a choice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would say for my first video that I was around 9, and then after that, you know, 12 is when I really got deep into that stuff. And I won't disclose just how far down that rabbit hole I went, just because, again, morbid curiosity will take somebody's attention there, and I'm sure this video, when it gets uploaded to YouTube, would get taken down for the things I would describe. So, you know, we're gonna just not. But if I hypothetically did, that's probably what would happen there. I could probably guess what you saw. I saw a lot of stuff. Stuff that wasn't really ever meant for any human consumption, if I'm being entirely honest. But, you know, that's nothing. Okay, now it's gonna sound bad if I don't clarify this. It wasn't. I don't believe it was illegal to view, if that helps anybody. I don't want that to be somebody's, like, impression of, hey, he, you know, insert thing here. No. Before anybody says anything, no, it wasn't that. Not anything that I remember anyway. Just plenty of gory things that, you know, I care not to, again, disclose. Ow. Boom. My guess was wrong. I'm gonna play Fortnite with my boyfriend, have fun chatting about gore. Alright, sounds good, Nuggy. Have fun. Good luck. Get some W's. My guess is wrong then. I'm gonna play Fortnite. Best part, I started getting paid at 15. Oh gosh. Not my buddy Juan, no. Oh no. I'm remembering some of that stuff and I'm like, ooh. Yeah, no, Juan's been slacking. Yeah, you know, I'm starting to wonder if if your payment's going to anything worthwhile, Nightfall. Might need to start getting cracking. Yo, anyone got food? I'm starving. You know, I'd imagine that Nightfall would probably give you food as payment. I don't know what they charge you to do for work. I wouldn't question it because the more questions you ask, the more dangerous it is. Also, can I just turn off placement really quick? There we go. I charge him, yeah. Gosh. I'm trying to think of some things we could talk about that might be a little bit more lighthearted. Okay. You know, we could talk about, you know, I don't know what we could talk about because everything's going all of a sudden right back to that. Fast food? Oops, fat food. I mean, fast food is fat food. If we're being entirely honest. In some regards, it is. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of fast food every now and then, but at the same time, definitely too much of it can be bad for you as well. So, you know, we can call it fat food, I would suppose. There we go. Wow, your fat phobia anti-fat is showing. I'm calling the FBI. Oh no. No. Oh jeez. I'm gonna go to prison, guys. Oh, there goes Bob. Okay. I don't know who Bob is, but hi Bob. Welcome. Let's see, do this. Let's see, I play video games when I have free time off. I don't want to work after work. Fair. That is fair. I respect that. That is one reason I have always kind of hated MMOs. Was after I would do work, I would come home and play an MMO, and I just remember it being like so much grind, and it would be like, why? Why am I grinding? I just got off of work. Why am I doing, you know, more grind on top of this? You know, I like to just play games for fun, so I hear you on that. Let's see, I like Taco Bell's donut thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Best fast food, Burger King. I don't actually care too much for Burger King. I find that their burgers are actually kind of subpar. Maybe on the same quality level as McDonald's, in all honesty. Cinnabon. Ah, yeah, Cinnabon. Right, right. Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah. I think I know what you mean. I don't actually. There was something I was gonna add to that, but I can't recall what it was. So we're just gonna pretend that I wasn't gonna add anything to that because I don't want you guys to think I have dementia. Even though I do. I don't want you guys thinking I do. Let's see. If I worked there, I would get type 2 sugar diabetes. I mean, me too, honestly. Best fast food chain, less... I'm not even gonna attempt to... I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that, I'm gonna be honest. I don't do Spanish very well. I used to be able to kind of like decipher a little bit of Spanish, and that's just because like I took a little bit of Spanish when this last year when I had some free time, and so I picked up Duolingo, and I could kind of figure out a little bit more of what people were saying, and then I didn't keep up with it, so yeah, no hablo español. So you hate Spanish people, racist, unfollow, reported. Yep, that's me. That is me indeed. It took you guys forever to catch on to that. I don't know why you guys didn't catch on to it. I mean, I literally own people. Let's see. I don't know what my favorite fast food chain would be. I really don't like fast food, to be honest. That being said, if it comes down to it, I'd probably prefer Taco Bell over most fast food chains. And that's sad. That's really, really sad. But you know what? That's okay. Taco Bell really isn't even that good anymore, to be honest. I know. So, like, so sacrilege for me to say such a thing. But I can't pretend anymore. What's your favorite color? I like dark blue. Dark blue is probably my favorite color. It's got this, what is the term I'm looking for? It's got this, it's weird to describe it this way, but I'm gonna use it. It's got like it's got a personality to it. I like dark blue because it has a sense of personality to it. I don't know if that's a good way to describe a color or not, but that's what I'm gonna, that's what I'm gonna choose to do. And your least, I used to always say I hated yellow, but I can actually tolerate yellow pretty well. It's actually not that bad. Does it still go up there with probably one of the worst colors? Probably. But honestly, I can vibe with yellow. What are some other colors that are kind of not great? I don't really like, I got one. Neon yellow. Or neon green that looks like yellow. Whichever one it is. I can't tell. That's why I hate it, though, is because I can't tell whether it's yellow or green. And, it throws me off every time I see it. I'm like, oh, you're wearing a yellow jacket or whatever. And it's like, no, they're not wearing a yellow jacket. It's actually neon green. I don't really like white, brown, or black. Fair enough. I respect that. People. Okay. I see. For some reason, I should have expected that. For some reason, I should have expected you to say that. But I didn't, and, And now here we are, you know? Gosh. There's so many things I want to say in response to that, but because I'm live right now, I'm kind of a little bit... I'm a little bit on edge, and I don't want to say anything that could get clipped out of context at the moment. So I'm going to just choose to shut up politely, and no comment. But just believe me, everybody, I have things I would say, and I'm just gonna choose not to. I wish there was an easy off and on placement button. I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is, so. That looks good though. We're getting somewhere with the tower. I'm trying to think how much do we want to do today? Let's oh, I see some people in my bottom left there. Hello. Let's take a short little break. Yeah, let's take a short break. I'm gonna quickly, first, before we do that, I'm gonna kill this guy, and hopefully it won't start a raid. Go to my raid farm. And what we're gonna do is, I want to quickly just run the raid farm for a little bit while I'm AFK. And, it should kind of, you know, give me some emeralds and some hero of the village, so I can, and I can, get some, quartz after that. See if it works. If it ever drops me. There it goes. Now, hopefully it works. Otherwise, I'm just gonna walk off and pretend it works. But either way, hopefully it works, you know? Alright. Looks like it's gonna spawn this first raid in. Awesome. Okay. Yep, looks like it's working. Awesome. Alright, I will be right back. Give me like a couple minutes and I will see you guys then. Just gonna get some more water really quick. Hello, everybody. We're back. We're just gonna let this run through a couple more times. But how's it going? We're back. Actually, I have a DM I didn't look at. Just checking. Nice. Okay. Anyway, what were we talking about before I left? I think we were just babbling on about nothing really. We were kind of debating whether or not we would do the courts today, and you know how much work we really wanted to do in general. But I think I'd like to try to get as much of the tower done today as possible, because if I can, I'd like to finish it today so we can do the wall on Monday. Probably Monday, because Friday, I believe I'm going to be going somewhere Saturday, and so if I do it on Friday, then I can actually sleep a little bit, which would be nice. Or sorry, if I don't do it on Friday, then I can do it on Monday instead, because I'll sleep a little bit on Friday because I'll go to bed a little bit earlier. It's the hope. So I don't know. It's I'm trying to think. Like, I don't want to focus too much on this project, but I think it's fun what we're doing right now. I don't know. I tried churros for the first time a couple days back. They were bites though. Ooh, churros are good, dude. What kind of churro did you get? Just the classic churro bites, or were they flavors of any kind? I know there's a couple that are like Oreo churros, and those are also pretty good. Classic churros are good. What did you think? I won't judge. I won't judge. If you didn't like them, that's okay. But I'm curious what you thought. Yeah, they're pretty similar to French toast sticks, I would say. Which I'm fond of. Well, that's good. That's good. I will say, I haven't had a full-size churro in a very long time. But the churro bites, I also haven't had in a long time, but I've had them more recently. I think like 5 years ago. And I enjoyed those pretty well. So, um, I gotta say, churros, pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Okay, I just need it to spawn in the wave here. I expect him to be like, I don't know. They don't. The taste doesn't exactly give off the look exactly, or the look doesn't exactly give off the taste that it is, in my opinion. It's a little bit different, but that's okay. Wow. Just kind of waiting for the lava to kill them. Okay. Like a cake, kind of. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of a good way to describe churro taste to somebody who hasn't had one. But yeah, when I first had one, it was just like I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting when I did try one for the first time, but it certainly wasn't that, you know. But I loved the taste I did get. Okay. That should be fine. I think they'll drop down when they're ready. Okay. So I need some emeralds, right? Do I have space in this? No. Okay. I will come back up for this. I'm gonna put away a bunch of the material I got here. Also, how much is your keyboard cut in half? How much is my keyboard cut in half? Like, percentage-wise? Um, I believe if you cut my keyboard in half, it would be a 50%. I have a full-size keyboard, numpad and everything. It's very nice. I use my number pad. It's actually where I put my Discord hotkeys and stuff. $100? Yeah, dude. I know nobody uses the number pad, but I do. I do. And I'm not afraid to admit it anymore. This actually might be a little bit larger than 100. What is Steel Series? Is this Apex 100 keyboard? Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's 100%, but it might be a little bit larger. Nah, 110%. It's no longer available. They won't even give me the full stats on it. I'm not too much of a keyboard guy, but what I can tell you is the one I got is pretty nice. Here, I actually have a picture of it right now that I can show you guys. Window capture. Let's see. I'll just do a single tab there so you guys don't get annoyed by how many tabs I have open. And boom, this is the keyboard I have. So there's my number pad. I use this every day. I actually don't really use my arrow. Well, no, I actually use my arrow keys a lot. Never mind, I do use those. I use these buttons a lot. I use all of those. I use everything here. I use my entire keyboard, man. People don't use the number pad? Yeah, a lot of people don't use it. I don't know why. I mean, I know I use mine because when I worked at Walmart, that was basically the entire register was number pad. And so I got very used to typing with it. And you know, that was my preference. And so I actually use it all the time when I'm doing anything number related. It's a lot easier for me to type out things like IPs. If I'm doing anything money related, if I'm using a calculator on my PC, this is, you know, numpad is great. I love it so very much. IPs, yes. Very rarely do I have to, but there have been times where I need to type out an IP from not from scratch. That's not really the term I want to use there, but you know, there are times where I have to type out an IP because we don't have it copied anywhere else, and I'm using somebody else's screen to copy it. Are you a doxer? Yes, yes, I am. It's time you guys find out the truth. I dox people just for fun. All right. Let me come up here. We gotta clean out the backlog as well. I just remembered that there's probably a whole bunch of junk in here. Yep. Okay. And then in here, clean those out. Okay. Okay. I have plenty of pillager heads, apparently. Okay. Let's see. Can you dox my dog? He ate a 100 peso or 1,000 pesos bill, and now I'm mad with him. Whole $65 dues, end him mercifully, of course. Oh yes, yes, of course, of course, of course. You know, dogs is usually where I draw the line. I don't usually kill dogs. You know, any other animal or person, you know, I can do, but I don't personally, you know, dogs, nah. Just need to finish cleaning this. Oops, that was a totem. That's fine. I didn't need it anyway. I mean, I have plenty of totems. Okay. I'm just gonna drop off all this stuff. Okay. What was I? Oh, shoot. Picked up a bunch of stuff. Okay. Um, $65. Man, I wish 1,000 pesos is barely a dollar. It's not Mexican peso. If I was Mexican, I wouldn't have 5,000 ping every time I joined. Ouch. Ouch. I mean, yeah, but still. Yeah, no, that's rough though. I kind of recall when I first started playing Minecraft, I would always try to join, you know, my favorite YouTuber servers and stuff, and a lot of them were held in like Europe. And so my ping for that would oftentimes be like 200 or something like that, which, you know, isn't awful, but like, you know, it was still bad. Like right now, yours is 200, but I see yours spike a lot. There's oftentimes a packet loss and such. Like right now, we're actually, I think the server's struggling a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of TPS. VPN, a wonderful thing. Yes. They give me food, you rich Americans. Listen, man, I've only got potato. Lots of potato, but that's all I got is potato. Let's see, I need to get into this building here. Gosh, I don't know why. Well, I know why. I'm really tired, okay? And I do know why. We kind of briefly talked about it earlier, but I'm not gonna get into it again. But I hate it. I hate it so much. 21,000 ping so low for him, I'm proud. Yeah, you know. Or 12.5k. Or how do you have such high ping? Like I know you live on the other side of like the continent, but still I don't understand. I'll do anything for food but work. Fair enough. I can bring you some here in a little bit. I just gotta trade with all these villagers first. Okay. It's back to normal 4K. Yeah, that's not bad. We can work with that. Okay. What was I thinking of again? There's something I was wanting to talk about. I had like an interesting topic that I kind of thought of, but I've kind of lost it. So we're just gonna pretend it didn't ever exist. No topic. Okay. Hi, back. I don't know if you guys heard the chair, but that wasn't my back. I just want to say, one, that wasn't my back. Um, but when the sound of the chair did pop, when the chair did pop, it did kind of give out a little bit and kind of set me back a little bit farther than what I wanted to go, and kind of, geez, I don't like that. Made a nice little sore spot. My chair shouldn't shake that much. That's just the back. Is it not secured? It's got 4 screws back there. What do you mean? Why is it shaking there? I'm gonna put back together my chair after the stream today. I'm uh I'm not sure what the issue is, but there seems to be an issue. Grandpa, you didn't take your pills again? I told you next time you forgot I'm taking the kids. What do you mean? I don't have any medicine. Okay, that's untrue. I do have some medicine. I haven't taken any in a minute. It was allergy meds. I don't take that all year round though. I'm supposed to, but honestly and truthfully speaking, I don't take it every day because I don't need it every day. I just take it whenever I feel like it, really. I should be taking some ibuprofen. That stuff is a miracle. Um, because I need it, and I probably should be taking some more of it soon because pain. However, I didn't take it today, so we're just gonna deal with it. Well, you're not supposed to stay on it very long, ibuprofen, but I've been taking it a couple of days this week because I am a painful person, I guess. I don't know. Okay. Not bad. Let's see. I used the money for child support to pay my Discord Nitro and Hypixel MVP. Oh my gosh. The extra one? Extra one. Extra one. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember what we were talking about. And so, I might be a little bit confused. I don't know. I'm taking the kids. No! Oh no. Eesh. And I doubt you are very close to your stuff or have coordinates that are reachable. I got the disc. Hey. That one's a good one. Say bye-bye, Grandpa. I don't... I don't know what's happening. No. This isn't even fair. I... You know, maybe I'm not meant to understand, and that's probably a little bit sick and twisted, but that's okay. Oops. Okay. I will go back for that, because, quartz is expensive. Let's see. I'm 100,000 blocks away from my stuff. Well, third time's the charm. Let's go, boys. I have better ping than you peasants. Oh my gosh. Yeah, higher is better, definitely. Um, where is... Let's see one here. There we go. There should be one more. I don't know where it fell to, though. Might have went all the way down. Let's see. Now who has an empty room in their house? Because I'm homeless and broke for the third time now. Nightfall says d/home. I don't know. I'm missing a block, I think. Quartz is expensive, so I'm gonna try to buy it if I can. I did /home and got kicked. Oh no. Try again. It definitely wasn't the ping. That would be stupid. No, I would never be ping. I don't know where my quartz is. Okay. Okay. Let's try to get one of these sides done. Um, yeah, let's try to get one side done, and then what I'll do is that might be where we end up calling it for the night. I don't know. I'm struggling already, and it's only 2 hours in. Yo, Nightfall, how do I stop being broke and homeless while also being absolute trash at the game? Oh no. It worked for me. Wow. Forever. Clever idea. Definitely sounds like a good plan to me. Ow. 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 So give me your firstborn child for extra assurance. No. What is it with you and children? I don't understand. Oh my goodness, my arm. Okay, you know, this is fine. I'm just getting old. That's the only solution here. Using my work break to work even more. Yay! So much fun. Oh. Oh, there goes one. So they were off. Gosh. Guys, boat don't work in lava? Really? I didn't know. No, they do. Yeah, you just gotta believe. Believe a little bit more, you'll do it. You need the obby boat. Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot they added that at 1.16. You're right. The obby boat. Honestly, why don't they advertise that more? Like, honestly. Good feature. Yeah, it was a silent update. Yeah. It feels like ages since that came out, but I always forget about it. I feel like trying to get advice from people that know at the game isn't a good idea. No, don't be silly. We would never lead you astray. Okay. Gosh, that's not working. Okay. Yeah, I asked Unreal how do I get better, and he said hacks. I mean, he is an admin. I mean, he basically just endorsed hacking, so like it must be okay, right? Hey, Infinite, how's it going? Asked Unreal how do I get better. He said hacks, and he's an admin. We are the most trustworthy individuals ever. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Me too, man. I mean, me, I am a Minecraft expert. I definitely am trustworthy, right? Yeah, no. Going good, crying on at the state of comp on the last day, steer clear. You know, that's sad, because I was actually kind of debating going and playing comp for a little bit today. Not even kidding. I was kind of like, what if I end stream a little bit early and play some comp? So you know, thank you for the warning. Thank you for the warning. How close are you to a D rank? I'm curious. I know you won't play the D rank game, or I know Alias wouldn't. You might. You might just be crazy enough. But I know she wouldn't, so it went well for 2 games, the rest were most itty bitty tinkle pants. I'm sorry, what? The rest were the most itty bitty whittle tinkle pants I've ever seen in a while. Wow. That is a phrase. That is a phrase, and I'm kind of scared of what kind of game that is. Like, that's rough. That's definitely rough. Not bad. Alias carried me yesterday, so we had plenty of RR. I'm still at 50. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I was gonna say another phrase that I had to PGify it. You know, I kind of catch your drift. for whatever reason, honestly, the PG version kind of sounds a little more scary. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Slaps. Yo, King, how do I get better at the game? Honestly, the best advice I got for you is to just play. And that sounds so dumb. But honestly, that's kind of how I kind of started learning the game was just by figuring things out. Now, like, obviously, I'm going to give you advice on top of that, To mine for diamonds, you got two methods. You could do the boring way or the fun way. I recommend going caving, though. That's the fun way. But if you don't like to walk around in caves, then you always have the strip mining method, which is going down all the way down to near bedrock level and mining around down there for diamonds. That's an option. Personally, I would prefer to cave, but it is a little more dangerous. But like Nightfall said, you do learn from mistakes. That's how I've learned a lot about like Valorant, which you know, I feel like that's kind of like my newest game I could say that I've been learning a little bit of is Valorant. I mean, getting over it, I guess. You learn a lot of mistakes from getting over it. So, there is that. But the best way to get better, honestly, is to just kind of learn through experience. Which is a sucky way of saying, I don't know, get good, lol. I'm sorry. No, I said it worked for me. My friends have also said the user's manual or always having the wiki open is very helpful. Yes. Yes. Having the wiki open is very good if you aren't sure about certain things. Like, for example, if you're trying to find, like, a certain item in the game, having the wiki open for that item and then just kind of briefly reading over it, that's very good. Yeah, I would recommend, like what Infinite said there, wiki or user manual. If you're unsure about certain things, you can ask. I can try to give an answer. A lot of what I have is head knowledge that's probably outdated, honestly. Because I started playing the game in 2012, so I have a lot of knowledge that isn't relevant anymore. Which feels so hard to say. I don't like that. However, that is, I suppose, the truth. Let me see. What is that block right there? Bricks, okay. But yeah, I would say just give yourself some time to experience the game and such. So, when Nightfall told me to work, forever being unpaid is not good advice. Yeah, probably not, to be honest. I said to work for me, not forever. You definitely said forever. For someone else, no. I meant, imagine being irrelevant. Yeah, I mean, couldn't be me. I don't think you give the best advice. I mean, best is subjective, for sure. And I would probably agree with you on that. I will say my advice isn't what most people want to hear, that's for sure. Because I'm just going to tell you what I think rather than probably what you want to hear. To be entirely truthful, I'm of the mind that the best way to learn is to play. And I've had pretty good luck with that, so. I mean, your advice, but alright. I mean, anybody's advice for that matter, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, mine definitely goes up there with terrible advice. I can reassure you that. The hard thing with Minecraft, I suppose, when it comes to starting, is knowing where to start. And for everybody, that's so different. I mean, for me, what I start is I start by, you know, setting up a food source. So, probably, you know, building a quick little farm. And then, you know, that's what I do. I just build a farm, and then that's basically my starter base, is just this little farm with a house on it so I can sleep and store some goods. But you know, that's pretty much, you know, my first base. And then I'll go get some iron, and then maybe a little bit of diamonds, and then I'll build my first villager farm with the intent to make an iron farm soon after. Iron farms aren't necessary, they're just very handy. So if you ever get into technical Minecraft, look into iron farms. They're very, very, very nice. Some people go and instantly enslaving villagers like me. Then you get food, iron, and diamond armor from them. Yes, that's also another very good option as well. Villagers are pretty much almost an absolute point in your playthrough at some point. They aren't necessary, but they are very, very helpful. Especially if you don't have any other players playing with you. If it's just you, then villagers are almost a necessity. Is that quartz brick? Sure. Okay. We're almost done with this little subsection. Let's see. I just try to put furnaces on people's houses and go where I'm not supposed to. See, that might be a little bit of self-sabotage there, but you know, fair enough. As long as you have a goal that you're working towards, you'll have a fun time. Yeah, I mean, I get it a little bit in like going where you're not supposed to go. That's fun. I used to do that a lot on some servers that I played. Mostly with some of my friends. We would just find the dumbest spots to go, and it was a lot of fun though. You know, I really can't say a whole lot about it other than it was just fun. I enjoy breaking the game? Yes, breaking the game is fun. Okay, there we go. Right now I'm broke, you want to spare some stone to make furnace? See, that's the fun part about Minecraft is, if you go and mine some wood, and then get yourself a pickaxe, you can go get some stone, and then you can make your own, furnace. I actually don't have any cobblestone as well. I literally... Okay, actually I do have a little bit of cobblestone, but I think that's everything. I only use Silk Touch when I mine now, so, any cobblestone I have has already been picked up once. Let's see. I enjoy breaking the game and finding loopholes to not grind for years. Read that again, King. What Hans said. Oh. Never mind. You know, it's fine. It happens. If you're dyslexic and I'm dyslexic, one of us had to have made the mistake. So, you know, it's fine. I don't know if you're dyslexic, but I'm gonna assume that was probably a dyslexia moment, and that's okay. Okay. I might be able to get a little bit more done. I'm really struggling. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am struggling right now to stay not conscious. Awake. I'm struggling to stay awake. I don't understand. I mean, oh, my dad texted me. I didn't even see. Oh, I see. Yes, two, please. My dad is gonna make cookies. Well, now I have to stay awake there. Now we have to stay awake. Okay. Let me think. Man, I'm bored, and regular Minecraft is usually boring. See, that's the thing about Minecraft is I find it's not so much that the game itself is boring, but it's the way we choose to play that is boring. Give yourself a challenge, you know? That's the thing. I think a lot of people, not just you, Juan. I'm just generalizing in the sense here, but a lot of people, when they say Minecraft is boring or is not fun, it's more so about the way that it's being played that's not fun, because the game can be played any number of ways. So, you know, get all the advancements. That's one challenge a lot of people do. You don't want to do that, then I mean you have build 2 towers or a village, or you don't even have to be this big. I mean you can do small things too. I'm just trying to throw out some examples around me. There's some people that want to collect every animal and make a zoo. That's another fun one. I'm trying to think. There's quests, which some of them are a little bit more grindy than others. But I think part of it is the fun in Minecraft is it comes from the way you choose to play it rather than whether or not the game is inherently fun, in my opinion. As a person from a third world country, the biggest challenge I have is work. Fair. Can you have to realize that I'm going to ram flying machines into both of those, right? I understand that somebody will. It's more so a race of who will do it first. And I don't really like where this is going. I knew this was gonna happen the second I said I'm building a second one. I don't know who's going to do it first. Like, I know Memer has talked about doing it already. I think Bionic said something about it. And there are several others before I actually announced it that said if I built a second one, they would ram it. So I don't know. We'll see. Oops. There we go. I'll drop some fire charges as well for a nice effect. No. Oh, jeez. Okay. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. Everybody's aiming for the towers, and I'm just, I'm not sure that this was well thought out on my behalf now. I mean, I expected it. I definitely expected it. However, ow. Gosh. Give me a second. We're about to stretch this. Okay. That helped. That definitely helped. I'm old, so, you know, sometimes you just gotta crack your back. Let's see. Did you put an antenna on the second one? Okay. Okay. See, here's the funny thing about this, really, at least to me, is one, this wasn't planned at all. But that's north, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's north. So I do have two towers. They are identical, so they are, you know, they're twins. There's a north tower and a south tower. They're really tall. In fact, I think they're the tallest build that I have at the moment. Are they even taller than the volcano? I think they might be taller than the volcano itself as well. They're just barely shorter than the volcano, which, you know, arguably still means they're taller than every other build, because the volcano's not even built yet. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just, there's so many coincidences that I didn't intend. I wasn't gonna ever build a second tower, and then it just kind of made sense to, and it's making too much sense. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just, accidents happen, and I'm not gonna make a joke, but there was a joke that popped into my head, and we're not going to say it. Oh jeez. Okay. That kind of I just kind of got reminded of something. So I have this Lego New York set that one of my, or a couple of my friends bought me for Christmas. And I was thinking about it. What if we did a Lego building stream? I've never done one before, so like it might be fun. I don't know. But I've been kind of toying around with that idea in my head. Also, I can't feel my hand. Give it a second. It comes back usually, but what do we think of that? A Lego building stream. I actually love Lego. I don't care. Lego is fun, man. Lego is so much fun. So, you know, maybe we'll do a quick Lego building stream at some point. I don't know. I mean, let me take a look at it. It shouldn't be that long of a stream if I do it right, but it's been a yeah, I mean 598 pieces. So we're talking like that might take us maybe an hour, but it'll be really nice, and maybe we could, you know what, we might be able to throw that in before we might be able to do that like in between a couple of Valorant matches or something. I don't know. We could do Valorant, and then every time while I'm dead, I put together the Lego set. You ever see those videos of people playing video games while playing chess, or I'm trying to think of other games that they do that with, but chess is like the big one. It's like he'll be doing like some really high intensity moment playing chess, and then like, you know, his whole team's freaking out the entire time. That's kind of how I'm imagining it, but with Lego instead. Okay. You know, I reached X, my dyslexia is really hard right now. Hang on, numbers. 3. Okay. 111,111 point 111. 111,111.111. Gosh. That's... Wow. That's just wow. That was hard for me to read. I just want to say that one more time. That was really hard to read. Okay. See, make sure it has your address on it. Dang, didn't show it. Oh, you guys want to see the set? I can show it. I don't think there's that I have to worry about. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. It's this guy. Lego architecture set. It's pretty cool. It keeps cutting out, so you know, I can't really do a ton with it, but you know, you get the idea. It's a cool set though. It's got a Statue of Liberty. What is that? Empire State Building. It has the Chrysler Building, the Flatiron Building, and One World Trade Center. It's a pretty nice set. I can't wait to open it and then show it off to the homies once it's done, because I feel awful. I have this bad habit where I will get things for Christmas and such, and then I don't use it for a very long time. And I know they don't expect me to. However, you know, I'm trying to do my best about that. Like for my birthday, for example, a lot of people bought me games and such. I haven't touched them yet. I feel awful about it. But I intend to get around to them very soon. Let's see. That's I's and L's, by the way. Yeah, I can't I can't do that. Is that the Twin Towers? No, it's the Aftermath. Only one. I have that one. It's a pretty cool set, isn't it? Or I don't know where I'm gonna put it after I'm done building it. I kind of am thinking about 3D printing like a display stand for some of my Lego stuff. Because I don't actually have anywhere to put all my Lego, but I have tons of it. I think I showed it off on stream one day. I think I showed off a bunch of Lego. But I just have so much that I can't really show off anywhere. So that'll definitely end up on a shelf somewhere if I can find space. Can you 3D print anything? Hypothetically, yeah. I have a FDM printer, so it takes the spools of plastic. It's an Ender 3v2. I've been kind of working on it a little bit, but I think I'm almost to the point where I can print anything that I think I can print just about anything with some confidence, at least. I need to actually start designing some stuff soon. Let me see something really quick. Okay, I won't spoil anything, but since there's a couple of people in chat that that would hear this, that I would prefer not to hear this. What I will say is I'm going to be 3D printing some gifts this year for some of my friends for their birthdays and some for Christmas. But I need to design it because I found out it does not exist. The thing I want to make does not exist. So I have to actually learn how to design it, and I'm not ready. I have a lot of things I need to learn how to do. I'm in a lot of trouble on that front. It feels like there's so many things that I'd like to do, and just not enough time. Let's see. Can you 3D print me money? I mean, would it be good for anything? No. Could I print it though? Yes. Yes, I could. Can you 3D print me a father? Sure. I can at least a father figure. Gosh, no, that's, that's sad. I'm sorry. Can you 3D print me a therapist? No. That's one of the limitations, sorry. Can you 3D print me depression pills? I mean, it'll give you depression if you take the pill that I give you. So I suppose, in a way, it is a depression pill. Maybe not the kind you were hoping for. Let's see, death pill. Can you 3D print me a husbando? Can you 3D print me a mate? I can 3D print a lot of things, yes. Yes, I can. What extent of life those things might have is debatable. But you know, that's okay. It doesn't really need to have life in it, I suppose, as long as it makes you happy. Also, hello Vince, how's it going? Good to see you. How's your throat doing? It's doing good. I think. Right now it is anyway. It hasn't gone out yet today. So that's a good sign. Usually it's like, I mean, we're getting close to the halfway point in the stream, so it should be going out anytime now, really. Can you 3D print yourself a new throat? I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Could I? No, I couldn't. Who am I kidding? I could not. A man can dream, that's for sure, but that's about all I could do. Although that being said, they have gotten to the point where they're able to kind of make artificial hearts. And I wonder what the process is for making those, because you can make moving pieces with 3D printers. And so technically speaking, you might be able to 3D print a heart. And if you could do that, could you 3D print a throat? I don't know. That sounds like a weird sciencey question that I don't have the answer to. And I don't really want to search for because, science, you know, I'm not much of a science kind of guy myself, you know. Wait, is it the printer where you can scan as well? No, I don't have a scanner, no. I need to get one, but first things first, I need to get a filament dryer so my prints come out nice and fresh. It's kind of on my list of things to upgrade, but stream is first and foremost on my list. So anything that I can invest in the streaming is what I'm gonna kind of focus my stuff towards. But a filament dryer is on the list. But after that, a scanner would be really cool. 3D print yourself a new nervous system. Can you 3D print me a horse? I'm tired of just walking. Oh no. You know, I wish I really could. I really do wish I could. Okay. Guys, you can't 3D living things without a sacrifice. Get the chopping. No. Oh no. I'll give you my son. Alright, that's more like it. Can you 3D print yourself a new castle? I'll be the sacrifice. Well, we have a volunteer. And, let's find out if this works. Nice, Juan. Nice. I'll give you my grandma. She's already had it coming. Vince, you the man. Vince really just took one for the team. You know, can't believe it myself, but thank you, Vince. Thank you so much. I don't have the right block on me. We'll be taking a break here in a couple of minutes. I just need to finish up this side, and then you know what? We'll try to do the entire tower again today. I know I kind of said I was gonna, you know, maybe not, but you know what? We're gonna do it just because. I say that now, I'm gonna feel like exhausted again. We'll see. That's the wrong block. Anything for the Minecraft castle? I do actually think, I am gonna try to 3D print some of my Minecraft builds at some point. Because you can take a... There's a way to convert your world already to there's a way to... There's a way to turn your world into a 3D model and then print that. But I don't know exactly the specifics of that, and you know, I want to try it, but it's a little bit scary. Anything for the Minecraft castle? Yo, if a living thing needs a sacrifice, can he sacrifice himself and 3D print himself? That's a good point. You just discovered infinite youth. Come on, King, you got this. There you go. Yo, next stream we're gonna have a 3D printed king. Yep. I will never be able to swim in the ocean ever again, because I will officially be more plastic than the Kardashian family. But, you know, I'll be here, and I will be alive forever. I won't need to sleep, theoretically, right? To make it 3D printable. Yeah. I was having a really bad dementia moment there, but we're good now. Not my Kim, and what's her name again? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't keep up with the Kardashians. That wasn't even meant to be a joke about the TV show. But I don't, King Kardashian, no, 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 we're jumping off the tower with this one. Okay, King, it's time. It's time. Time for what? Before I do this, I must say this was not worth it. Oh, I see, yes. Look at you, the special one. You now have the one and only VIP. Enjoy the benefits of it. You have wasted so much of your life to obtain this, and, you know, congrats. Congratulations. We're so cool. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. How many people do we have that are VIP? I'm curious. When are we bumping up the price? Also in Minecraft. Yes. I will send it on Minecraft here in a second. I just really quickly want to see something. Where is... Yes, Roles Manager. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 VIPs. And I mean, technically, Unreal and Alias would be VIP still if it weren't from being mod. Same thing with Admiral. So I mean, like, we could jack up the prices a little bit if we wanted to. Oh, same with Marie. We could just bump the price up to 100k now. Can I buy another one to make it 100k, please? No. It would be really funny, but, not yet. You can redeem a poll that asks, is yours... Yes, you can do that. That is a thing. I mean, let me see. What is all the channel point redemptions at the moment? I mean, you have Dab. I guess that's one, yeah. Yeah, we got Dab, Posture Check, Hydrate, Stretch, Candy. I mean, the only reason it looks like there's nothing to do is because there's so many ones that tells you you can't do this one. If you didn't even see that they existed, it would be like, oh, you know, there's actually, like, nothing to do anyway, but it would feel more okay. Victory Dab, now I have 1 point. Here's your Dab. I'm gonna add more channel point redemptions and such, but, in the time... Currently, I'm going to just hold off until I have everything kind of written out, because I've got some big plans coming up. How much water do you have left? I've got about 6 hydrates, 7 hydrates in there. It's about to ban you using movement keys, but it was disabled. Yeah. See, the problem with ban in-game action was that a lot of people would do no movement of any kind. That's what they would say. And so I wasn't able to play the game at all. So I would just try to entertain. And then somebody would show up and do IRL voice ban, and then they would both leave. And make it so I couldn't even talk to new chatters. So that's kind of why those both disappeared. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, a chug. I don't like you guys. I don't know why I let you guys stick around. I'm gonna be honest. See, this reminds me of that time. And I don't think any of you were there, so, let me tell you guys this story. Back when I first started streaming, it would have been, like, September... Maybe September 2nd, maybe September 3rd of 2021. I didn't have a limit on how many redeems for Hydrate somebody could do. And so what they would end up doing is they would redeem all their points all at once on that. And so I think I drank 7 full cups. Like, you see this blue cup? 7 of these in like the course of 30 minutes probably. All I could taste was blood. Well, iron more specifically, but I was assuming it was just from blood. You know, not fun. Not fun. You told me you told me this last time I did this and the time before. Well, you know, I just want you to never forget, that's all. That was I don't know why, but when I'm on a tower and I say never forget, I just no. I can't I don't know why, but that just felt wrong. That felt wrong, and it wasn't even about the tower. Okay. I won't, because you keep telling me, and I will keep doing this. You see, it's a cycle. You can't have one without the other. British man with the pinky up too. Gosh. Okay. That is a tower if I've ever saw one. Okay. What was I doing? Yes. Building the tower. I was gonna get ready to go downstairs really quick to see how the cookies were coming along. Oh. Well, I didn't get the text until just now, but the cookies have been done for like 5 minutes. So you know what? That's a perfect time for me to mosey on out of here, go get some cookies and be right back. And get some more water. So give me like, you know, 2-3 minutes, something like that. And I will be back. I just wanted to find a good place to AFK, and there's not really any. I'll just do this. Alright, be right back. Alright, everybody, we're back. I have some cookies now, but they're a little bit too warm to eat, so we're gonna let those cool off for a little bit while we keep playing the game. But how's everybody doing? Midstream checkup. We're at 3 hours, so we can officially say we're, near the middle of the classic King stream. I don't know what my average stream length is probably over the last 2 weeks. Definitely not 6 hours. Hello. But I will say, Night of Me. Oh, yes, you're right, let's see, LP, user, Indigo, parent, add, VIP. There you go. You should be able to have the VIP title now. Probably. If I did it right. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Oh, foot cramp. Okay. I'm not gonna be a baby. I'm not gonna be a baby. Only because I'm on stream. Oh my gosh. And you ever get a foot cramp where it's like right in the arch of your foot? Your left foot, to be exact. Yeah. Love it. Love it so much. So very much. It's yep. Okay. Classic King stream is 24 days long. Yeah, basically. How does one deal with this? Usually I just like have to power through it. Okay, my goodness. I've just had all the issues today. How to fix a foot cramp. Stretch your foot gently but forcefully. That sounds painful. Grab your toes and pull them back slightly and massage the area. That's how I do it. You see, that's part of the problem, is it's like in my toes and in the arch, and Okay. Hear me out. You guys are just gonna have to forgive me for a second. I'm gonna take a quick walk. Just like a quick walk to the bathroom. And I have some medication that I need to take in there anyway. Because my sides are hurting. 3D brand new leg. Exactly, Vince. Put it on rice. Juan, you're onto something. Cut your leg off. That'll stop the pain in your foot. Combine all your guys' ideas. We're onto something. We're onto something. We can refurb my leg. You're gonna have to forgive me for a second. I'll take a quick little walk over there. Maybe it'll kind of help stretch it. But also, I need the other medicine, so it works out. I will be right back. I'm not even gonna go to be right back screen. I'll be right back. Okay. I have my meds. We're good now. Juan, I will come and give you food. I forgot to do it earlier. I'm so sorry. We gave them revolutionary medical ideas and they came and give us food. Yeah, you know, apologies about that. Also, it didn't really work. My foot is, like, uncomfortable still. Oh, that's a beautiful skin. I don't know how I haven't seen your skin yet. Have some potato. Alright, enjoy, enjoy this, place. Okay, wow. I call a strike on the king mandate. I'm just in pain. I'm just in pain. That's all that life is anymore. That's depressing. Why did I say it that way? That's just depressing. um I'm gonna take that back. Can I take that back? Is that allowed? I'm gonna take it back. I don't care if it's allowed or not. And you know, life isn't just pain. It's just pain right now. And you know, later on, it'll be more than just pain. Still really not super reassuring, but you know, I guess that's something. It's about as much as you're getting out of me, I guess. Okay. Let's see. Red Among Us. Take it bad, too bad I'm gonna clip it. Wait, King, when I TP on an animal, does the animal come with me? No. It does not, unfortunately. Would be cool if they did, though. It would be really cool if they did. Especially for your sake. Gosh, okay. My game didn't like being knighted. Oh no. I'm sorry. Well, you know, the good news is, like, now you're knighted, so, like, you don't have to worry about it. Like, you'll never have to be knighted again, hopefully. So, like, you're all set. That is bricks. A block. How do I work with this? Like that? And okay. Stand in the middle, look at the red part, sus. Hang on. I have to know. That's really close to an Among Us, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wait. Yeah, you know, the one above? Oh, are you talking about this one up here? Let me see if I can, get a good view on it. Here, we can... Let's see Among Us. I just, you know... yeah, you know, I'm good. I'm good. Ow. Okay. Goodness. I'm old, guys. I'm just old. Yo, King, can I buy a spawner for my son's organs? He is really healthy. I mean, I'd consider it. At the rate I'm going, I'm gonna need new organs. Along Us lore, AO. Hopefully, unless Unreal does a major oopsie whoopsie. He does a lot of those. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised. And you shouldn't be surprised either if he does. I didn't mean to really do that. That's fine. Yo, King, can I buy a horse spawner egg for 50 subs? I can't legally do that, no. As fun and nice as that would be, unfortunately, Minecraft has their terms and conditions. I can't make the server pay to win yet. I'm sorry. Soon. I'm just gonna have to buy Mojang in order to do that, you know. Wait, you can't? Yeah, no, pay to win is illegal. It doesn't mean that people don't do it, it just means they're not supposed to. Oh, Minecraft, you're talking about Twitch? No, Twitch I think you're fine on it, yeah, but Minecraft is pretty firm on there. And can I buy a rank that gives me a horse spawner egg? No, you can't do that either. See, that's why all of our ranks really don't give you an advantage, at least the ones that you can buy. Cause yeah, I don't want to get into legal trouble with Microsoft and Mojang. I'm good. So every rank that you can get for free or equal benefits for free. As I was saying, like some supporter that I have. Yeah, I mean, those, basically what they do is, let me think, I'm trying to remember exactly what they give you. I think it's like, what, an extra home? It's an extra home and I think a couple extra claims by default. However, there's alternatives that are like, and because it doesn't give you a advantage over other players, that's the other thing. It's about what do you define as an advantage? So, for example, /fly can't be given because that is a advantage, whereas an extra home really isn't an extra advantage necessarily, because unless very niche scenarios, but with that being said, really anything could be an advantage in that sense. Having a tag that nobody else has could be an advantage because you have it, nobody else does. So it's really about just where you draw the line, and I think with homes, it's okay. So sub, supporter, and VIP all have that same rule applied to it. Plus, we have plenty of ranks that are easy to get through quests, so there's that as well. I don't do spawner eggs though. Not on the server, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, On. You're stuck in the nether, probably alone for a while, unfortunately. Yeah, I was gonna say it actually does nothing. The king rank does literally nothing. It just exists. Um, because I own the server, I already have op, so Unreal didn't program any like perks with it. So it's literally just for me. When is the queen rank coming? Well, about that, guys. Sooner rather than later, I guess. That's the plan. Uh, I guess. You know, I'm gonna take my time on that, but sooner rather than later, hopefully. Let's see. When is the prince rank coming? Later rather than sooner. That one's gonna take a while. I gotta say that one might be a minute. I can say this. That will probably happen. I'm not gonna give you any firm deadlines on that, but I'm going to tell you that's probably we're looking at. That's probably at minimum, bare minimum, 5 years down the road. Um, but realistically, 10 years down the road, because that's when the Prince would actually be able to start playing. So, you know, I think we're a little ways away from that. The King Riz is inconceivable. At least 9 months from now. Yeah, at bare minimum, it's gotta be at least 9 months from now. Gosh, no. Or princess, I don't know. I mean, yeah, both. Um, truthfully speaking, chances are, it'll be a long while though. I'm not overly optimistic about it. I will say that, like, it's gonna happen when it happens, and I'll know the time is right when it's here. When the time is here, not when. We're not talking about children right now, okay? let me just make sure we're all on the same page here. I'm talking about the queen thing. Gosh. I say things sometimes, I'm like, wait a minute. I probably should clarify, right? Good night, Nightfall. Good luck with school. I hope it all goes well. And I hope your Christmas break was good. But thanks for hanging out, and congrats on VIP, and we'll catch you again later. King, I work tomorrow, but my dad doesn't even pay me, so I'll just stay here. I'm sorry, Juan, but you're more than welcome to stick around as long as you want. You are more than welcome to stick around. I appreciate it. I kind of know what you mean on that front, though. I've been a part of many business ventures and family, and the free pay is insane, or free labor is insane. Love it so much. Maybe not to the same extent that you're at, but I know what you mean a little bit. see. I need this. And I need one more of those. Okay. Hey, at least if someone asks me for 10 years of experience, I already have it. Yeah, that's where the entry-level jobs go. Does King go to college? Find out right now in about 11 seconds. No. King does not go to college. King should go to college. King should be responsible and go get an education. So he can make a lot of money. And so he can support a family and, you know, this and that. But King does not go to college and probably won't because he's a little bit dumb. But, you know, it's probably not too late. I could go get, I could probably still go and get it fairly cheap. Because state schools here, if you're from within the state, you can actually pretty well get in for dirt cheap. And then, you know, once you have your degree, you're set. But that's the thing. I don't know if I could actually... I don't know if I could do it, to be entirely honest. School is rough for me anyway. I'd imagine that it wouldn't be too much easier on the college level. So, I don't know. I don't know. It's, you know what I'm saying. Money? My dad pays me with experience. I now have 12 years of experience. You're basically an intern. Yeah, no, it's crazy. But at least, you know, there's a bright side there somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a bright side. No, there really, I really can't think of one. I'm sorry. I guess, no, probably not. I was gonna say, maybe when you're actually sick, you'll get sick time, but, knowing parents, sometimes that doesn't mean much. Oh, you're sick? Walk it off, you know? Option 1, go to college and get a good paying job. Option 2, sell crack cocaine at an affordable price. See, I like option 2. I really do. However, I am a very suspicious individual already. And I have a feeling that this would not turn out well for me. I've seen enough TV shows to know I just wouldn't make a good drug dealer. Which, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. We can claim it's a good thing, but in reality, I guess it just means I'm a bad salesman, right? So that's all that's basically all a drug dealer is it's a salesman. A salesman with good connections, really, I suppose, to further add on to that. It's this one and this one. Okay. When I'm sick, I get work time. When I get injured, I don't get paid, so my injury is not work-related. When I don't go to work, I get my dad's disappointment about JKJK. That's almost illegal. Almost. It's just a poll. Go to college or sell drugs. Alright. Alright, let's find out. Which one should King do? College or drugs? No. Alright, go to college. Sell drugs. Alright. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to vote there. Let's see what chat chooses. Yeah, let's see. I wonder what they're gonna choose. Interesting. Well, if I can't afford any of those, you know, steal the drugs slash college degree. Ooh, double it up. See, that's the funny thing. Like, I don't think I could afford either one either unless I go to a state school, which isn't bad. It's just, I've got so many other ambitions in life that school is kind of the last thing on my mind at this point. I never saw myself going back, to be honest. After high school, I knew ever since I was a young lad that after high school I was supposed to be done. However, recently I kind of thought about it again, just thinking about going back, but I'm at the point now where I don't think I could go by myself. Who left the door open? I see, okay. I don't know how he had access to doors, but he did. Okay. Yo, King, I'll give you 64 potatoes. Definitely mine for Elytra. Oh, yeah. I have an Elytra in my back pocket. Actually, do I? No, I don't. Okay. Couldn't remember if I still had a spare set of wings on me or not. Gosh. Alright, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, basically, the biggest reason right now that I don't think I could go to college anymore is, I don't have any friends in that age group who aren't already going to college, let alone people in my area who are in that age group that would go to college. And I don't want to go alone. I don't want to go alone. So, you know, I've thought carefully about it. I'm you know, I'm good. Get a roommate and force them to be a friend. See, that sounds nice, but I don't like meeting new people. Because the people I have now, are already like, I'm probably already pushing it with them. You know, I would hate to inflict suffering upon another individual, you know. I think it's for the best, you know, if I just don't I don't wanna, you know. I think really all this is to say, that perhaps, that you know, no college, just sell drugs. That's what the poll says, so, that's probably what we're gonna do. I don't know why, but that's where we're at, you know. I've never been a drug dealer before, but, you know, there's a first time for everything. Yo, King, I'll give you a red mushroom. Hey, yo. For 12 diamonds. Gosh. 12 whole diamonds? I'm tempted to take it just for the meme. I am very tempted to take it for the meme. But, I'll pass for now. I'll pass for now. And a potato. Oh, he's sweetening the deal. Jeez. This is a very tough decision. I'll give you my firstborn for a feet pick. New way to make money. Bet. Jeez. What is it with you guys and my feet? I feel like every other stream, not every stream, but every other stream, we go back to the topic of my feet. And I don't know why. I really don't know why. Okay. I'll give you my son if you make an OnlyFans and post feet pic. He is very healthy and can work 12 hours a day. Oh my gosh. That's, ooh, rough. That's, ooh, no. Why? You know, the more questions I ask, the worse it gets. So I'm gonna refrain. Okay. See, he can adapt to any job. Is he easy to sustain? Oh yeah, very easy. He can just eat the grass in your front yard. Oh my gosh. You guys you guys are a different bunch, you know? You're different. And I appreciate that about you guys. Let's see. What was I doing? Building the tower, right. How far have we come here? Ah, you know what? That's a tower. That is a tower. Works 12 hours ammo's long for free. King, you gotta accept the deal. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, you know, that's a pretty good deal. I don't know. Ooh, it's tough. You're gonna give me 12 diamonds? King, TP me to you. I don't know if I want to. I'm questioning it. I'm questioning it. Gosh, it just got cold. Now how do you have access to that TPA? Because it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So how are you doing it? Because when I do it, watch, I will even put in the player name. It doesn't have a valid TP Ask King. That shouldn't even exist. Because it says TPA accept. And when I say it doesn't have valid teleport. What? I guess probably TPS would work if it's with a different, yeah. So I need to disable a plugin is what I'm hearing. Okay. Slash OTP underscore Derek swing. Let's put him like somewhere wacky. 666. 100. 666. No, I would actually probably kill him if I did that, so I'm not going to, but it's funny if I did. I wouldn't trust it. Just remember, he is a human without rights, so he does need potable water to live. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm surprised by what I'm hearing, but I am. Or reading, for that matter. I'm not even hearing it, I'm reading it. But I'm still surprised. And I shouldn't be. Gosh. I'm struggling here. Okay, we're not gonna finish the tower today. We're definitely not gonna finish the tower today. Now, what I will do is, I will do my best to do this little section. You were gonna give me 12 diamonds. Oh, 100%. 100%. Slash stone cutter And then I need 2 of those. Alright. You need to, if you accept the deal, you could finish the tower quicker. True, true. It would make it much faster. I don't know. Do I have any spruce wood? I'm losing my voice. Give me a second. Alright. You guys are gonna have a hard time hearing me. I'm gonna have to start pushing more air through the cords and strain it a little bit more. To kind of get some more, not depth, more, volume out of my voice. So, here we are. We're here. Death's doorstep. Now, we needed spruce wood. I was gonna do the spruce bit. And then, I'll do the rest of the tower sometime else this week. Maybe we'll play again on, like, I don't know. We'll find a day that works. Alright. Can't explain it, but you sound like a dusty doorstop. I don't know whether to be offended or honored, but I kind of like the sound of being a dusty doorstop. So you know what? I'll take it. I'll take that. Also, hello Flames, how's it going? You asked how's it hanging, so, it's hanging good? I guess? Snazerific, let's go. Glad to hear it. We're building a second tower. That's what we're doing. That's all I have to say about it. Slash craft. That, and that. Alright. Alright. Do that, and this. What do you mean, no? Oh, those are full planks. That's fine, we're not gonna do full planks, because I don't need them. Rebuild the Twin Towers in your server. You're remaking 9/11, that's what I'm saying. See, here's the funny thing though, like, a lot of it does kind of line up with, you know, the World Trade Center towers, even though I didn't really mean for it. Like, I have a North Tower and a South Tower. They are duplicates of each other. So there's also that, they are twins. There are people inside the towers working for me. You know, there's not a whole lot of good options regarding the outcome of this. I'm just throwing that out there. Now build a plane. Gosh. Two planes. I don't like the sound of this. I'm just throwing that out there. Alright, make a pixel art of Osama bin Laden. What is life? Why? Why is this my chat? I mean, I know why. It's because of me. I've created this mess. I've created the monster that you guys have become. But why? Why did I do it? And I do not know the answer. Alright, Pixar of Osama bin Laden kissing George W. Bush. It's just getting worse. It's just getting worse. Can I be a pilot on one of the planes? Oh my gosh. You know, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised, but I'm not. Like, at the same time, I'm both those things. That's what you guys have done. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay. Wow. Gosh. So, wow. Past couple of days, I haven't told you guys about this yet. Fresh news. Past couple of days, I have had some pretty nasty headaches at night. Along with that, when I stand up, I'm, what's the word? Dizzy? Not really dizzy. I lose my balance, though. Kind of feels like, in my vision, the world kind of turns on its side, and then I start to follow along with it pretty quickly. That's kind of what's happening right now. However, you know, there's not much I can do to fix it at the moment. It happens to me when I stand up quickly. Yeah, it happens to me when I stand up quickly, but it's been happening when I'm sitting down too. And it did happen about a year ago while I was sitting down. Like I was streaming and all of a sudden it felt like my desk just kind of started falling backwards, and then I started falling backwards away from the desk. And so all of a sudden, you just hear me grab onto my desk really tightly. And like everybody's freaked out because all of a sudden, like, what is King doing? And I'm like, I thought I was about to die. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like, you know, I wasn't gonna die. I was just on my way there. I don't know. The dementia hitting like a truck. It really does hit like a truck, dude. It kind of sucks, but it's okay. Okay, we're not gonna be live too much longer just because, all these things are happening and I don't really want to deal with it on stream. It's not, that I don't want you guys to know about it, because I've been pretty open about it, I think, you know. I've told you guys about it as it's happened, so I think it's, you know, it's a distracting thing and I need to probably just take good care of myself, off stream. So I will be doing that here shortly. I just want to get the stone base for the next layer set up. So, yeah. You old guys, I'm very old. You gotta remember that about me. I can't keep up like I used to, or some garbage like that. Alright, let's get the stone layer up here and then we'll call it a day. It also kind of works out because one of my friends just sent me a message and asked if I want to play games at some point tonight. So, you know, I got a couple of homies that might be down to hang out for a little bit. Hey, Grimace, how's it going? Grimace, not Grimace. Grimaz. Grimace is an entirely different character. Take a long break. Maybe it's fatigue. So what I think it is something I won't get into on stream. Just because, well, now it sounds really bad if I don't say what it is. But it's a little bit of a darker topic, I guess. I got into it a little bit earlier, but I think it's withdrawals. Now, I'm not a druggie. Let me just get that out of the way. I'm not a druggie, so I don't think it's, you know, like serious withdrawals, but I think it shares a lot of symptoms with it, so I'm just like, given other things, I'm just gonna assume that's what it is. I don't know though. He's 89 years old. I'm ancient. My children, I am not long for this world. Gosh. It's crazy you guys let me get away with saying stuff like that. Usually when I say stuff like that, I get beat up. Oh, we need to put the sign down. That's what makes this build actually work, is the Taylor Swift sign. The blank space. The Valorant withdrawals are strong. I haven't played Valorant in like 2 days. Yeah, that might be it, actually. Planning on building a bakery on the server. Actually got myself together. Hey, nice. Let's go. Well, hopefully it looks good. And, you know, comes out how you want it to. Bakeries are fun. Gosh. I like to build things. So, yeah, sorry. The will to talk is strong, but the brain is not following. It is not following the slightest. Bakeries are fun, though. I haven't built one in a long time, but they are fun to build. Alright, just a little bit of stone, and then we're done. Okay. Let me think. While I'm here. Is there anything else I can tell you guys that it's like important or anything? I can't really think of anything. When is the engagement happening? I still gotta, like, ask her out on a first date before that can happen. Gotta take her out to dinner first. We gotta slow our roll down, Vince. We gotta slow our roll down. Gosh. You know, one day. It'll happen. I wanted it to happen last month, then some things came up, and I talked myself out of it, and then I've kind of talked myself back into it, and maybe this month or next month I might gain some courage. I don't know. We'll figure that out when the time comes to it. I heard there's a hide and seek event on the server. Yes, we'll be doing that on Friday. Yes, Friday. I don't know what time on Friday, but we are doing it on Friday. Okay, I'm struggling. It starts on 9/11. That's not a hide and seek event. That's just like a dropper map. On that note, we're going to leave before I make worse jokes. That one was bad. I'm sorry. That one was not. That was that was not good. That was really not good. Okay. Yeah, let's just get this over with. I'm struggling really, really badly. Who do we say hello to? That's crazy. You wonder why you're like this. I know. I'm sorry. I'm influencing the behavior. Who is live right now? We're gonna raid somebody, so if you guys stick around for some free channel points, and you'll also get to meet your new cool streamer. So be ready. Who are you? I don't recall. Name. Who are you? I don't recall, but that being said, let's go say hello to this person. Alright, we're gonna say hello to Max Money AWA. They are currently playing Minecraft. They are cleaning up an ancient city, and looks like they're having a good time. So if you hop in the raid, you'll get to meet a cool new streamer. I actually don't think I've ever met this streamer. And you'll also get to get some free channel points. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. I'll catch you hopefully tomorrow for another stream. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow yet, but I'll figure that out when the time comes to it. And yeah, good night, everybody.